council meeting to order. Invocation by Alderman Multi-Jurisidictional.
Dear Heavenly Father, bless this council meeting tonight that we make the right decision for us and just be with us. Be with us to and from here. People that did not make it, be with them. And thank you for the citizens of the city and the first responders and the state or the city police and the city fire people that fight our fires. Lord, I just thank you for everything and we put it in your hands. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Megan Bryan.
Here.
Larry Bud.
Here.
Sean Burdell.
Here.
Ernie Dorchenez.
Here.
Kathy Driscoll. Lee Landzadi.
Here.
Jim
Yeah,
Olive.
here.
Chris Teddy.
Here.
All aldermen are present. Need a motion to approve the omnibus vote designation. Motion by Alderman Dorchenez, second.
Second.
Alderman Bertle. Roll call.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Ernie
Yes.
Dorchenez. Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive. Chris Teddy.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Approved 8-0. Minutes of the Lake Committee meeting held April 5th, 2021. Minutes of the public hearing held April 5th, 2021. Minutes of the regular meeting held April 5th, 2021. Minutes of the Lake and Airport Committee meeting held April 8th, 2021. Minutes of the Water Environmental Committee meeting held April 8th, 2021. Minutes of the Finance Committee meeting held April 15th, 2021. And minutes of the Ordinance Committee meeting held April 15th, 2021. Motion to approve all minutes. By Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Dorchenez, questions or comments? Roll call.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Teddy.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Motion is approved 8-0. Resolution, Christian County Multi-Jurisdictional All Hazards Mitigation Plan. Motion to approve the resolution by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments?
May I make a comment, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the resolution that you had before you came about because your city clerk received an email last Thursday that the person who prepared that for her, that you adopted back in February, sent the wrong resolution, had the wrong language in it. So it's being redone now. So the form you have, since you have to have a resolution to rescind the resolution, you need to add the language to that resolution. Afterwards, it says resolution number 1461 is hereby repealed. The clerk is going to put a semicolon and the resolution number where it was, you're adopting tonight, is made effective, retroactive to February 1, 2021. That should get you in compliance with the Christian County Hazard Mitigation Plan adoption.
All right. Roll call.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Ernie
Yes.
Dorchenez. Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive. Chris Teddy.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion covers 8-0. Resolution, Tyler Technologies Software as a Service Agreement.
We're going to table that, please.
Okay, motion to table by Alderman Bryant,
Second.
second. Alderman Driscoll. Roll
I
call.
think it's already tabled, wasn't it, at the last meeting? We're just not going to take any action tonight.
Okay,
Is that
so,
correct?
correct, it was
It
tabled
was.
before, so we're not gonna even bring it up. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Motion to approve the request and issue a special event permit for the PowWow to be held on June 4th through 6th, 2021 at Lake Taylorville Marina, pending insurance.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll.
Second.
Second,
As
Alderman
of
Dorchenez.
4 o'clock, that we had no information. Did you get anything after that?
No, we have not
Okay,
received
it's a
it yet.
motion to table.
Motion to table by Alderman Dorchenez, second by Alderman Bertle. Roll call.
Hold on, sorry. Ernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Teddy.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Burdell.
Yes.
Motion carries to table 8-0. Motion to approve the purchase of a new Cure Lamp 2 launch system at a cost not to exceed $135,000 if it qualifies as an eligible expense under BDD guidelines and to waive all statutory bidding requirements. According to Steve Klein, this would qualify under BDD guidelines as long as we prorated the sewer lines in the city compared to the sewer lines in the BDD. And I think, Mr. Mann, I think we came up with about 1/3 of the cost would be BDD eligible. So this would leave, according to my figures, 45,000 BDD and then 90,000 out of street and sewer budget. So I need a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Dorsones.
Second.
Second by Alderman Olive. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll,
No.
Lee Landzadi,
No?
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy,
No,
Megan Bryant,
Megan?
Megan wasn't ready for her name.
Chester.
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie
Motion,
Dorchenez.
Yes.
motion carries 5-3. Motion to approve the intergovernmental grant agreement between the State of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the City of Taylorville. Motion by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, can we change that motion to adoption of the resolution that I sent out this afternoon?
Okay.
After I read that 46-page agreement, I think it calls for a resolution that the state will probably want. And I did send everybody a highlighted copy of that agreement. There's a lot of things that I's and T's that need to be dotted and crossed to remain compliant with that $1.5 million project. So your new city treasurer, of course, your city clerk, and the engineers need to be really acquainted with that, because it's going to be a lot of checks and balances on it.
Okay, so will you change your motion to a resolution,
Yes, I
Mr. Bud, and you second that,
Yes.
Alderman Driscoll? Okay, so we're moving the motion to a resolution to approve the intergovernmental grant agreement between the State of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the City of Taylorville. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Lee Landzadi,
Yes.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy,
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
Yes.
Bernie
Yes.
Dorchenez, Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Rocky, does Bruce need to vote on this?
Yes.
Mayor.
Votes yes. Motion carries 9-0. Motion to approve the Class O liquor license application for Cardinal Restaurant Group, Taylorville 2 LLC, Dustin Clark, doing business as Debbie's Video Gaming Cafe, located at 100 South Main Street, pending receipt of insurance and payment of all fees. Motion to approve the license
Moved.
by Alderman Dorchenez, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments?
Second comment.
Comment, Alderman Bertle?
You know, we've had a couple of presentations over the last couple of council meetings about how well the BDD and TIF district and the new Small Town USA website that we're putting together, and how well that's working downtown and other places. And although I've been adamant against raising the number of video gaming license, it seems like that's all we're gonna have in town. And I think that, especially up on the square, it's a bad idea to overload the square and the city as a whole with video gaming. And I just think that the neon lights and the banners are gonna get overwhelming for these new businesses and the other businesses that are trying to expand in town. But it's, you know, it sounds like a great idea to have 27 Walmarts in a town this size, but I'm sure there'd be advantageous, there'd be problems with having that many of the same businesses in a community of this size. I think if we've had the same issue with low-income housing. You know, I work for a company that has low-income housing. We have overloaded this community with that kind of housing. There is not a need for it anymore. Matter of fact, they're sitting empty. And you can do the same thing with video gaming. At some point, you're going to get too many, and you're going to get in the wrong location. You're going to drive other businesses out. So I know this is my last meeting, but I'd be leery on how many more you guys add to these.
All right. Any other comments? Comments, Alderman Driscoll?
I'm gonna vote no on this and the next one, and it's not anything, of course, against the people who are trying to start a business. My problem is we already have 35 gaming establishments. I just counted that one the other day. Yeah, we have 35, and no limit to the license, because you've always felt the market would balance itself. Obviously, it's not. We keep adding more and more and more. And I'll stand behind my saying, just like with Sean, I think that it doesn't show a good image for Taylorville. You know, if we have 35 establishments, we add 2 more, that's 37. And that many people spending their money on gambling, it's not money going into other things. I think it's a negative thing for our city and not a good one, so that's just my opinion.
All right. Any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Chris Coletti,
No,
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Sean Bertle.
No.
Ernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
No.
Lee Landzadi.
No.
4-4, the mayor votes yes, motion carries 5-4. Motion to approve the Class O liquor license application for Annie's Taylorville LLC located at 117 West Park Street, pending receipt of insurance.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Dorchenez, second.
Second.
Alderman Bud, questions or comments? Roll call.
Chris Coletti,
no,
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Sean Bertle,
No.
Ernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Nope.
Lee Landzadi.
No.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
4-4, the mayor votes yes, motion carries 5-4. Motion to recommend to the city council to direct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance to decrease the liquor license fee by 50% at the pour establishments only, to be determined by the liquor commissioner. Motion.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question first.
Okay.
Can we please make sure that this is noted to be one time only? The way it's
Okay.
written, it doesn't sound that way.
Okay. Right, well, he'll prepare the ordinance, so yes, we can have it one time only, or for this year, 21 through 22. Okay, so,
Can I
need a
say
motion?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Those, our office had to put out all the statements to all the establishments. Many of them have already paid, quite a lot of them have already paid their full rates. So if we pass this, we will have to issue refunds to the people that have already paid.
All right, so can I get a motion to approve that?
So moved.
By Alderman Dorchenez, second. You second.
Yeah.
By Alderman Bertle, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
No.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Chris Coletti?
no,
Motion carries 6-2. Okay, motion to bid and/or advertise heavy equipment operator A in the sewer department.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? Roll call.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Chris Coletti?
yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. City attorney update. Rocky?
Good brief matters, folks. The first one of which I just want to remind everyone again to the status of the completion and conservation of ordinance 4027 concerning the purchase of the 8 vehicles. You have a deadline of April 26th to have all submitted, approved, and money into an escrow account. I don't know where the city treasurer was at on this, but I did assist with the completion of the necessary forms. So just a pleasant reminder, April 26th is the deadline to keep that low interest rate that you have. So hopefully you're working on it. Second thing is that I sent you an email, I'm going to get an email again today concerning the 2 lawsuits that have been filed against the city by Jamal Shahada. And sometime in the future, I'll probably add to a confidential email to bring in further on status. But the bottom line is, my motion that I filed was granted over his objection, and we have now until May 17th to respond to the complaint, the pending motions, and the statements hearing now set for later in the month of May 24th. So, any questions about either of those 2 items? If not, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Mayoral report. The election's over. At our next council meeting, we will seat 3 new aldermen. Congratulations to Steve Dorchenez, Doug Brown, and Jeremy Wilson on their election, and congratulations to Larry Budd on his re-election. The citizens have elected a new treasurer. I'd like to welcome Scott Alverson to the city as well. I would like to thank retiring Alderman Sean Bertle and Ernie Dorchenez for their combined 37 years of service. Also like to thank Alderman Lanzotti and Treasurer Nation for their service to the city. I have been busy drawing up committee assignments and invite each alderman to come in and discuss their committee assignment. I would also like for each alderman, past or present, to get me a list of trees on the boulevards that need to be taken down so we can start the process of replacing sidewalks. We will continue to tear down dilapidated properties, and if the alderman could get a current list from their ward, so we will start this process as well. Tomorrow, the first ever Lake Lot Lottery will be at 5 p.m. at the Lake Shop. I invite everyone there. This will be our #1 priority this year, cleaning up our lake area and the marina. I'd like to heartfelt thank you to all the superintendents and chiefs that have served under my administration the 4 years of my first mayorship for their excellent work. I just can't thank the chiefs and the superintendents enough for what they have helped the city do in the 4 years I've been mayor. I believe the city is still headed in the right direction, and I ask for your help. Thank you very much. Oh. Committee reports. Discussion and/or motions to approve, adopt, and/or deny, and/or table, and/or amend, and/or refer to an appropriate committee and whole or in part the matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Lake and Airport. Alderman Dorchenez.
Thank you, Mayor. The first motion was to, came out of the committee meeting, was to recommend the city council to proceed with the purchase of playground equipment as recommended by Superintendent Ordinance at a cost not to exceed $40,000 with money coming from the 5th Ward upon approval from the City Attorney Romano. If the money from the 5th Ward cannot be used, and it can't be, the $40,000 will be taken out of the Lake Restoration Fund with the payment schedule being drawn up with a $10,000 per year payback from the Hotel Motel Tax Fund. So this motion, the way it's written and the information from Attorney Romano, we can't take the money from the 5th Ward, so the money would be coming from the Lake Restoration Fund to be paid back from the Hotel Motel Tax, and I'll make that in form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorchenez, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments?
I have a comment.
Comment? Treasurer Nation?
So the money in the hotel motel tax right now is only $9,297. And this does not include everything that has come in for March for the hotel motel money. Now remember, you have to pay 60% of that out to downtowntaylorville.org. So I don't see where you're going to have the money in this account to repay this back every year, the way that the money is in this account now. Back in 2007, when the lake shop was built, $66,500, Chairman Williams at the time said it was necessary to do the building and that the only way to pay it at the present time is to use a lake restoration fund. The aldermen at that time agreed that they would like to pay back the money to the fund when possible. That's never been done either. So I just don't see where you're going to have the money now to do this one, and from 2007, that's never been paid back either. That's my comment.
All right. We have a motion and a second, so roll call.
Sean Burdell?
Abstain.
One last time.
One last one.
Start that off, boys.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll? Lee Lanzotti?
No.
Jim Olive?
No. No.
Chris Coltetti?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
I think the motion carried 4-3,
1,
correct?
2, 3, 5.
5-3.
To 2.
Abstain.
With an abstain.
I'd like to make a comment.
Comment?
You know, we've got, we do have some revenues coming in at the lake, and they ought to be increased, I would think, with the rental of the cabins, because they've been dressed up some more. They were dressed up last year, and I think that, whatever, we're low on funds, I think that we can supplement it with some of that income. And so I think we can at least take care of this one. I don't know about the other one that you're talking about, but I think we can supplement this.
Okay. Next motion?
Next motion was to, and the last motion was to recommend the city council accept the bid for $500 from Dennis Crowder for the 1997 pickup truck. I'd like to make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorsones, second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? Roll call?
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Burdell?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Water and Environmental,
Thank you,
Alderman
Mr. Mayor.
Bertle.
First motion came out of the committee meeting was a motion to recommend the city council approve utilizing the IEPA lab fee program for the fiscal year 2021 through 2022 for a cost not to exceed $13,000, but that figure has been changed. They lowered the rate to $10,120.60. So I'd like to have that motion adjusted to reflect that number.
Could you tell me that number again, please?
$10,120.60.
Thank you.
I'll make that form motion.
Motion by Alderman Bertle, second.
Second.
Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call?
Kathy Driscoll? Yes. Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Burdell?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
I've never had the chance in all the time I've been here to ever abstain from a vote. But I learned something tonight that you can for no good reason. And so I abstained from this vote for no good reason.
All right, motion carries 7-0.
And his legacy lives on.
There's three more motions.
Actually, the motion passed 8-0, but abstention.
Yeah, abstention goes with the.
Rocky, I understand.
8-0.
I understand, but I still abstain.
Not his first rodeo, is it?
No.
All right,
Maybe his last.
Second motion was recommended the city council to approve the purchase of a John Deere Z740R Z-Track from Sloan Implements at a cost not to exceed $7,500. Make that form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Bertle, second.
Second.
Alderman Bud. Questions or comments? Roll call?
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Burdell?
Yes.
Ernie
Yes.
Dorchenez? Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next motion was recommended the city council to direct city attorney to prepare an ordinance to make changes, I should say, regarding the water collection office in the city code book as suggested.
Okay, motion by Alderman Bertle, second.
Second.
Alderman Olive, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Last motion was a motion to recommend the city council to direct city attorney to prepare an ordinance to change the term reconnection fee to processing fee. I'd like to make that form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Bertle, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Finance Committee, Alderman Bud.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, can I interrupt for a moment?
All right.
Before you go to the next one there, and remind Alderman Bertle that in looking at your April 8th, 2021 Water Committee minutes, there was a motion made to table the Noble Solutions Agreement that passed by a 4-0 vote. With that having been done, I would just, because you've already passed a resolution last month, or last meeting, to approve that agreement. So with that motion to table at the committee level, I would ask the mayor, remind the mayor not to sign that agreement until that committee, again, Mr. Spiegel gets it worked out with the Noble Solutions and brings back a revised agreement for your consideration.
All right, Rocky, Mr. Spiegel would like to talk to that matter.
That motion was to make an amendment to the previously approved agreement, so we did not make that change.
That motion to table was an amendment to the previous agreement, so we did not want to make the amendment change. Mr. Spiegel worked that out, so we should go back to the previous agreement that we did approve, correct, Mr. Spiegel?
Correct.
And there was a discussion at the at the Water Committee about an amendment, and that's what was tabled.
All of a sudden, they don't need the $500.
Okay.
So,
Is that right, Mr. Speaker?
Correct, yeah.
So they're gonna go back to the Illinois jurisdiction and they're not gonna charge you for it?
Yes.
right,
Good.
okay? See, we worked that out without you.
I just didn't understand the minutes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Finance, Alderman Bud.
First motion is recommend the city council to approve the business development district redevelopment agreement between the city of Taylorville and James Long, Quick Cash Pawn and Jewelry located at 120 South Main in the amount of $605. Make that form a motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud, second by Alderman Bertle. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Crystal Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie
Yes.
Dorchenez? Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
The second motion was to recommend the city council approve the business development district redevelopment agreement between the city of Taylorville and American Legion Post 73 located at 110 West Franklin, in the amount of $6,323.45. Make that form of the motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud,
Second.
second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Crystal Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim
Yes.
Olive?
Motion carries 8-0.
The next motion was to recommend the city council approve the business development district redevelopment agreement between the city of Taylorville and Lee and Diane Skinner for their property located at 20 West Market Street in the amount of $3,250. Make that in form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud, second by Alderman Bertle. Comments or questions? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Crystal Teddy?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
The next motion, we recommend the city council to forward the HBO, street, sewer, garbage, MFT, and safety budgets to the treasurer for further refinement. Make that in form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The mayor talked to me about this next motion that was to reimburse Ward 1 from Ward 5 in the amount of $45,000 contingent upon any and all payments received from the drainage district be paid in the Ward fund, but he said that has to go through the
Let's
street
go through
commission.
street and sewer, correct, Rocky?
That's correct. It's under section 3-2-4, subparagraph J of the city code. You'll have to go to the street sewer committee first. And if it's approved there, then it's brought back to the city council.
Any motion to table?
Yeah. Motion to table by Alderman Bertle,
Second.
second by Alderman Driscoll. Roll call.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Sean Bertle?
Yes.
Ernie Dorchenez?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Lee Landzadi?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Crystal Teddy?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Abstain.
Motion to table carries 8-0 with the abstention.
We got to try to grandstand, didn't we?
Right.
The last motion was to recommend city council accept the treasurer's report as presented. Make that form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments on the treasurer's report? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve or ratify payment of bills, $253,036.24. Motion by Alderman Bud, second by Alderman Bertle. Questions or comments? Comment, Alderman Bud.
Electric, $9,440.87. Fuel, $12,611.93. Garbage, $1,475.88. Ace, Big R, Ron's and Urban, $1,470. Wait a minute. $1,294.36. Illinois Public Risk, workers' comp for May is $19,773. IMT, it's a surety bond, $1,080. Computer Tech, $5,376.88. Star Electric, $1,765.47. Altorfer, $6,224.54. Breeze, $1,026.70. Neil Tires, $6,733.94. Quill Office Supplies, $1,082.31. Pogue and Poe, $1,114.50. Milo Grunlow Engineers, DCEO rent, $2,508. United Capital Funding, that's temporary help, $1,681.68. People's Bank and Trust, final payment for the police and fire communications equipment, $21,351.92. BDD, Phil Tullis, 1316 East Park, $50,000, that's his, for the new building. DowntownTaylorville.org, website, small town Taylorville, Taylorville, $6,179.40. Fire Department, ATI Services, Squad 1 repair, $5,563.27. Police Department, Christian County 911, Flex Software, $12,924. Uniforms and equipment, $6,198.93. Archive Social, Records Backup, $3,192. Ultimate Training, Munitions and Ammo, $1,413.23. Jeremy Altworth Training, $1,081.02. Street Department, Lily Science, $9,687.42. And so those that you may have seen this is the reimbursement of the sign that was damaged by a car that we've already received a check for. It's been paid for already. Sewer Department, co-equipment, $7,471.24. Water Department, EPA Labs, $10,120.60. Chemicals, $9,197.69. Sloan Implement, John Deere Mower, $7,500. Benevetra Engineering, $3,109.35. Lake Department, Pimco Services, Ruby Printer, $5,775.20. And campground lake lot refunds, $1,200. And these total $234,659.33.
Roll call.
John Burrow.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Lee Landzadi.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. First subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120/2.06. This portion of the city council meeting is reserved for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120/1 mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda, but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and/or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comments. Thank you. Anyone like to address the council?
I do
Alderman
have one
Driscoll?
thing. I know that back when COVID and all that started back last spring, we talked about the need for you to assign someone as mayor pro tem, and you did with Alderman Dorchenez. But since he's retiring, I would suggest that you come up with another person.
I will have that at the May 3rd meeting.
Okay, that's all.
And I will just let the council know I'm having surgery hopefully Friday morning in Chicago, so Alderman Dorchenez will be mayor pro tem for
Oh,
while
yeah.
I'm under.
Oh, I got a list.
While I'm under
Quiet down,
anesthesia.
please.
While I'm under anesthesia,
You get the
so
golf cart.
it's just off, I'll be out that day and I'll be home probably that day at work on Saturday.
You don't need your golf cart.
That's right, you can have it. So, Little League Parade is this Saturday at 10, so I invite everyone to come to that.
Was this planned to make
That
this one
day.
as short as possible because it was the last business one me and Ernie was gonna have, or?
Well, I
This
think,
one off.
Ernie had no stories.
You can start, you can start some
So,
trouble.
Made me vote no twice.
Alderman Bud, would you like to say something?
The food giveaway is Wednesday out at the fairgrounds.
Food giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Central Illinois Food Bank, they have a food giveaway at the fairgrounds.
Anybody wants to, does it
All
happen?
right, motion for adjournment. Alderman Dorchenez, second by Alderman Bertle, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? This meeting is
We should have
adjourned.
all opposed the motion.